Welcome, my name is Adil and I'm the founder of FXC. Today I'm going to take you through the FXC story, what we offer, and how there's nothing else quite like FXC in the market today. So what is FXC? Well, it stands for FX College, but don't be mistaken. What we teach can be applied to financial markets ranging from penny stocks to NASDAQ companies to commodities like metals and to futures and currencies. The course is designed to equip the student with the ability to read a price chart. You see, every chart tells us a story about the market, where it's been, where it's at, and for our sakes, where it's likely to head. There are many educational providers like FXC, but as I'm about to show you, none offer a service quite like mine. My pride isn't in the knowledge I am able to transfer to my students. It's in my ability to take a profession like financial trading and simplify it to this level. As Einstein said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. My vision for FXC is to make financial trading accessible to all. So wherever you are in the world, we will come to you. Whatever level of knowledge you have, we can teach you. And whatever age you are, you're never too old to learn. So let's delve into what FXC is all about and why I think it's a little bit special. What do we teach? The acronym is TEAM, which is important to you as you'll see later in the video. See, as traders, we hunt for trades. We have a set checklist that must be ticked before we enter into any trade. TEAM promotes that. It promotes that consistency, that planning, and above all, discipline, which is essential if you are to succeed as a trader. The FXC course itself follows the TEAM strategy in what it teaches and the tools it offers to the students. So first of all, the TEAM system, or the course in fact. All our students follow TEAM, the strategy when analyzing a chart, and it's broken down here for you. Our strategy is no secret. After all, we encourage you to follow it if you can without our teaching, if you can. You can follow our YouTube videos, which will give you examples of how we're following that TEAM system. So let's break that TEAM system down. First of all, we have T, which is for trend analysis. We first determine which direction the market is headed. Either the price is going to go up or the price is going to go down. We call it long and short, respectively. Sometimes the market goes sideways as it pauses for breath, but eventually it resumes movement in one of those two directions. E is for extremes. Next, we look at that price chart and might mark out price levels where historically the price has changed direction. This is important as these price extremes form a picture of what's happened in the past and what may happen again. We mark these price levels by drawing horizontal lines. Next, A is for price action. This is the area which takes the longest time for our students to master. It's the movement of price over a period of time and the shape of that graph that's created by that price movement. This is one that's better explained practically, so let's move on to the final step and I'll demonstrate this further on in the video. M is for money management. Even if the trend is established, even if the price level is in our favor, and even if the behavior, they all line up, what separates us from the amateurs is our analysis of risk. Is the trade worth taking? This final step involves complex calculations, but as you will see now, the TEAM tools make it seem like child's play. So following on from the TEAM course, we have the TEAM tools. And these tools are all exclusive of FXC. They've all been written by me to assist students in taking trades in accordance with the TEAM system. We hope all students will be able to perform TEAM without these tools, but whilst you are in learning, you still need to make money. This is important as your confidence ought to grow with your experience. So let's go over each of those 4 tools before we see them in action. T, we have FXC's email alerts. All our students receive emails informing them of potential trend changes before they occur. Our experts monitor over 100 charts 24 hours a day and 5 days a week. Their job is to identify trend as it's just about to begin, and they will email you instantly as it occurs. E stands for the FXC's SR indicator. SR incidentally stands for support and resistance. Our plugin here installs on top of your free charting software, and it automatically identifies historic price levels and paints color-coded horizontal lines on your chart. These lines are modified automatically as and when the chart indicates they ought to. A stands for FXC's signal alert. This software again is free, and it's installed on top of the free charting software, and it's a plugin that installs to indicate when price behavior is highlighting a move up or down. It's one that we will demonstrate shortly. And M is for our FXC money management calculator. This plugin is interactive as it calculates the volume and risk in real time, so you can focus on analysis and not complex arithmetic at the point of execution. And that's it. It's our ideology, and it's our strategy, and it's our tools. That's what makes the team system. But as they say, a picture paints 1,000 words. So let's see the strategy and the tools in action. So we have the team system. It's a 4-step process, as you know, and here are the 4 steps that we're about to demonstrate. Step number 1 is our students being able to identify trend. And the tool that's going to help you with that is the email alerts that our staff are going to send through to you until you're capable of doing that trend analysis yourself. So here's an example of one that was sent this morning. It was sent at 4 o'clock this morning, and it's indicating that JPY is about to begin a short trend on the 1 hour time frame. You don't need to understand fully exactly what that means, but in terms of the charts themselves, it's a sign that the yen is weakening. So we're going to take advantage of that by taking trades of other currencies in relation to the yen. So we'll move over to the chart and try and demonstrate step 2 for you guys. So this is the chart. Let me move that into a position that you guys can see that. So at the moment, there's a chart here. In fact, let me zoom in. Here's today. That was what took place yesterday. Here's today. It's color coded, so I know which sessions are taking place. Right now we're in the American session, and the question is, with the yen weakening, were there any trades to take for it to go up? As you can see, this one went up, so hopefully, fingers crossed, there would have been something to have taken, but that email alone isn't enough. So what's the next step? The next step is to load up the extreme, the E element of the system, which is the horizontal lines. Now, our students would usually do this Step 2 is, whilst it's loading, is our tool which has the same charts but with the lines drawn in. This is something that our students are expected to learn how to do by themselves, but obviously as you're still beginning, as I said earlier, you still want to be profitable, you still want to make money, and this tool is there for you to do that. We encourage you not to rely on this tool alone, because it's important that you learn the skill of being able to draw these lines in, because that's what makes you the money. But you can make money because this tool allows you to do that automatically. So going forward, USD JPY, for example, there's a red line here suggesting that there would have been a reason for it to bounce to go back up up long. Same with Euro Yen. I'll zoom in for you guys. Again, there was something happening here which suggested to go up as well, and so on and so forth if I go through all the currencies. But that in itself isn't enough, because you still need to know when is the right time to enter. These two are great examples of ones that worked, but here's one that didn't work. Granted, in the last hour it's gone up, but if I zoom in on this one, from 4 a.m. onwards, which is round about the blue zone here, the market was going down in GBP JPY, the UK sterling against the yen. So we we want to be able to filter these false signals out, and that's where the A comes into it, the actual price action and the identification of that. So if you give me a few moments, I'll load that up for you as well. Right, so we come back to the same charts, exactly the same. Now what we have is these very intuitive, very easy to follow green and red arrows. Green saying it's a signal to go up, red signal to go down. Quite straightforward. The science behind this, or the skill behind this, is identifying these candlesticks. They're called candlesticks. Each one of these bars is identifying the shape of these candlesticks and the fact that they're signaling for you to go up or down. But whilst our students are still learning that, once again, this tool is there allowing you to be able to trade profitably until you get the knack of it and your eyes are trained into seeing those signals automatically without the need for the green and red arrows. But they do make a handy tool because they allow you, whilst you're learning, to be able to take the trade. So as you can see, USD/JPY, it bounced off a red line this morning. There was also a green arrow to say that it's going to go up. Our email was telling us that the yen was going to weaken, i.e. you can buy more yen with your dollar. And as you can see, it was bang on the money. This one went, but how much did we make from this? That's the final step. And was it worth the risk? That's the final step. And if you give me a moment, I'll load up the fourth tool and you can see how that works. And here we have the fourth step. It's the money management calculator. This is what separates the amateurs from the professionals because it allows you to put a monetary value against the amount that you're risking for this trade. And it also gives you beforehand an indication of how much you will make for this trade if it goes in your favor. So we're talking control losses here and indeed calculated profits. So if in regards to where the lines go, that's something our students know, but for those who are into trading, you know that normally this is done manually, but these red, blue and lines, if I move them to this morning and where our students would have taken these trades, and they would have probably come out at this blue horizontal line, you'll see, well, actually for this particular one, the risk reward ratio isn't quite there. It's 1.34. I would have told my students, don't take this kind of trade. It has to be a minimum of 1.5. What does that mean? It means for whatever you're risking for this trade, you're going to make 1.5 times that amount at least. So that one didn't work out. If we move over to this one, there was another signal here as well. I moved that red line to where I teach my students to place that red line for trades like this. And I moved my entry line to where it would have been this morning. And probably move this one. Even if if we did it there, it would have been 0.8. Again, it's not really a valid trade worth taking. For conservative traders, you're not going to go into a trade like that. This one, it's great because the money management tool keeps you out of the trade. Again, you can see if I had even taken this one, although there's no real bounce there, if I had taken this particular trade there, the blue line is so close it wouldn't be worth taking. So let's move on to the next one. Here's an example of one. So if I move this red line down to here and I move this blue line down to where they would have entered, a lot of my students would not have come out or would not have looked at the red lines. They would have looked at the brown one. The brown one, incidentally, is a weekly level, so it's a very strong line. So they would have probably thought it's going to move up to the brown line. Well, the brown line is 2.3. That's much more than 1.5. That's a trade worth taking. They would have taken this trade. But immediately, not only does it tell you that the risk reward ratio is there, but if you type in the amount of money that you want to risk on this particular trade, it also gives the lot size, which is a calculation that normally you would have to do using a calculator or pen and paper. It's doing that. One click of that button and that person would have been in that trade with the right lot size, so that if there's a controlled loss, the controlled loss would have been exactly what they're expecting, i.e. £100. And if it went in their favor, which incidentally in this case it did, it would have been around £230 or thereabouts. Incidentally, a lot of my traders would probably be interested in staying in a trade like this and maybe moving their controlled loss level up. But this particular trade, had you been in it up until now, you're talking 8.4. So you're talking at a risk of £100, you'd be around 830 or 850 pounds up on this particular trade. And that's it. This is the 4-step process that I'm talking to you about. This is the trading the biggest market in the history of mankind down to 4 steps. That's taken about 10 minutes to explain. This is what the team system is all about, and this is why I believe FXC is special, because although you're learning how to trade, you don't need to stop trading until you've got that knowledge. These tools accompany your learning. They allow you to build your confidence and indeed your account whilst you're learning how to trade. Follows on YouTube as we post more examples of the team strategy. Our strategy isn't unique. In fact, professional traders all over the world trade like this. You know, it's identifying trend, picking the right levels, making sure your money management there and price action backs it up. Our uniqueness, the thing that separates FXC from everybody else, is in our ability to teach this complex career in a simple and easy to follow way. So that was the 4-step process. Team is the system. It's what I teach at FXC. It's what I believe separates me from those out there that are teaching as well. But what's included if you were to enroll? If I list what that is, it gives you an idea of what we're offering here and why we're a little bit different. We have the consultation, the one-on-one training that lasts over 2 days. That's anywhere in the world. So if you're watching this outside of England, we will come to you and teach you. You've got the full software and that annual subscription. I've put the annual subscription down, but essentially you're getting the first year for free for all the software that I provide you, and the laptop's a one-off cost. But our aim is to teach you the science that goes behind those 4 pieces of software that I'm giving to you. So the email alerts, the SR license, the price action, the MMC license. The MMC is one-off, so you keep that. But the other 3 things, we're teaching you how to do that so you don't need the tools. The tools are there so that you can make money whilst you're learning how to do that yourself. You get a trading laptop, all pre-configured with the charting software on there, with the 3 software that I provide you, with the money management software on there as well. That's all pre-configured, and I offer the 30-day support. The 30-day support cost, if you feel at the end of it that you're still not fully with it, we offer additional support on top of that as well. But 30 days is more than enough. I mean, for those of you who've traded before, you've seen the system now. You probably understand 90% of it already. Those of you who don't, I promise you, in those 2 days that you're with me on that one-to-one trading, you'll understand it. And the total cost of all of that is over £3,000. What I am offering though is the cost for this whole system for £1,995 for those of you who want to sign up. And it's a big cost. I know it's gonna, for those of you who are looking to take this on board the first time, it's a big cost. So what is it that makes FXC different from the other educational providers out there? Well, we've been established for over 10 years. We've trained newcomers to trade into professional and profitable traders. People, I give you an example of one who hated mathematics when she was at school, but she's a profitable trader now. It's the team tools and the system that makes people who aren't, who are averse to mathematics into traders who can follow these charts and make money from these charts. Our support is offered by real FX traders. It's most likely me or somebody to the same level as me who actually trades like I do and how I'm teaching. So, when you're asking those questions, they'll know exactly what you're talking about because it's the exact same system. And last, I believe this is the one that sets us apart as well. Our strategy comes with the money back guarantee. In other words, I'm that confident that team is profitable that if it's not, after you've been taught it and you're following the same thing that we've been following in this video, if it's not making money, you don't pay. We would refund you. We know we can do this because it does make money. It's a profitable system. It's a system that's traded by professionals all over the world. And for the first time, we're bringing it to newcomers through the tools that I've made. So contact us now. Enroll. and let's get a conversation started. If you've got any further questions on the system, on what I've discussed today, on the tools themselves, get in touch and I'll answer all the questions that you have. I'm available on Facebook. We've got our Facebook page here, on Twitter, and follow the YouTube videos as well. I'll be posting examples of other trades like the one I displayed today, the JPY. There's alerts happening every single day throughout the day on different time frames. So I'll be showing you examples hopefully every day of profitable trades like that one, and show you the 4-step process once again. Join today and begin your trading career. I look forward to meeting each and every one of you soon. Take care and thank you for watching.